Before I show anyone a home in upstate South Carolina, I ask them a question most realtors do not ask. Not whether you currently garden, but whether you want a life with hands that touch the soil, where you step outside in the morning and you notice things are blooming, and where the rhythm and the seasons become a part of that daily awareness. Because here is what I have learned after years of helping people relocate to this beautiful place. A home isn't just a shelter. It's the container for how you want to live. And if moving here for a slower, more intentional life, one where you are connected to the earth and the growing things, then the homes most realtors show you will never feel quite right. I'm Elizabeth McCarthy, and I'm a realtor in Greenville and the broader upstate South Carolina. But I don't work like most realtors. I help people who relocate here, often from higher cost, higher stress places, and find those homes that actually support the life that they're trying to build, not just the life they're leaving behind. And over the years, I have noticed something. The people who are happiest long-term, the ones who really settle in and feel rooted here, they didn't just look for square footage and school ratings. They asked different questions, deeper questions, and one of the most important questions is this: can I grow things here? So today I want to walk you through what I call the garden test. It is a framework I use to help people understand whether a property can fully nourish them, not just house them. So what is the garden test? 5 things I look at when evaluating whether a property has the potential to support a connected, grounded life. And these aren't just for serious gardeners or homesteaders. These matter for anyone who wants the option to grow food and grow things on their property. First thing to look for is sunlight. Where does the sun move throughout the day? Most gardens need at least 6 hours of direct sun. So I'm looking for south-facing yards or areas that catch morning and midday light. But I'm also looking at where shade falls in the afternoon, because in South Carolina summers, having some protected areas do matter. When I walk a property with clients, we don't just tour at one time of the day. We come back at different hours to see how that light moves. Second is the soil. In the upstate, we have a lot of red clay, and clay is challenging. It drains very poorly and it compacts easily, and most plants struggle with it. But some properties have been amended over time, and previous owners added compost, built raised beds, or they worked the soil. So when I tour a property, I'm looking for signs of that healthy soil: dark, crumbly earth, established garden beds, places where things already are growing well. And if the soil isn't great yet, I'm looking whether there's space and access to amend it, to bring in that compost and to build the raised beds. Third, established growth. And so that means what's already growing there. Mature trees are worth their weight in gold. They provide shade, habitat for those birds, and a sense of rootedness that you can't buy. Fruit trees, even better. I've seen properties with established fig trees, apple trees, pear trees, and those take time to mature. If they are already there, this is a gift. I also look for existing garden infrastructure: raised beds, trellises, berry bushes, herb gardens. These tell you somebody loved this land, and that energy does stay there. Number 4 is water access. You need water access for any kind of garden. So I'm looking for outdoor spigots, preferably multiple, I'm also looking at whether there's potential for rain barrels, whether there's a roof line and a gutter system that could support rainwater collection. And if it's a larger property, whether there's well access or irrigation infrastructure. Water is life, and if you have to drag hoses hundreds of feet or haul buckets, you're less likely to tend to your garden. So easy water access does matter. And fifth, protected microclimates. This is the most nuanced one, but it does matter. In upstate South Carolina, we're in USDA hardiness zone 7B and 8A. That means we can grow a huge variety of plants. But within any property, there are those microclimates, spots that might be warmer or cooler or more protected and more exposed. A south-facing wall holds heat and can extend your growing season, and a low spot might collect frost earlier in the fall. Windbreaks are also something to look at, like tree lines or fences. They create sheltered areas where more delicate plants can thrive. When I'm walking a property, I'm noticing these things because they determine what can grow there and where. Now, if you're watching this and you're thinking, yes, this is exactly the kind of life I want to build in the upstate South Carolina, I want you to know I can help you find it. I've created a free garden ready property checklist that walks you through all 5 of these elements in detail with questions to ask and things to look at when you're touring homes. If you want to work with someone who looks at properties this way, who understands that you're just not buying a house, you're choosing where to put those roots down, please reach out. All of my contact information is below. And so, why does this all matter? Why am I, as a realtor, talking about soil and sun and growing things instead of granite countertops and open floor plans? Because I believe that homes that truly nourish us are the ones that keep us connected to something bigger than the walls and the rooms. In our modern day lives, it is so easy to become disconnected, to live entirely indoors, entirely scheduled, entirely separate from the earth and its rhythms. And that disconnection does cost us. It costs us our nervous system, our sense of groundedness, our ability to be present. And a garden, even if it's a small one, even if it's just herbs on a windowsill, reconnects us. It reminds us that we're part of a cycle, that we depend on the earth, and that we anticipate in growth and nourishment. And when you're relocating and when you're making a big life change, choosing a home that supports that connection becomes even more important. Because you're not just moving furniture, you're trying to build a better life. A grounded life, a life where you have time to notice what's blooming. And the home you choose either supports you or it doesn't. The garden test isn't really about gardens, but it is about rootedness. It's about choosing a place where you can remember you're part of the earth. If you're relocating to upstate South Carolina and this resonates with you, if you want a home that supports this kind of rooted, intentional life, I would love to help you find it. I work differently than most realtors. I ask different questions, I notice different things, and I pay attention to the light and the soil and growing potential. I think about morning routines and how you want to feel when you wake up. I help people find not just houses, but places where they truly do belong. And so here's how to work with me. First, download that Garden Ready Property Checklist. As I mentioned earlier, it's linked below, and that will help you start thinking about these elements even before we talk. Second, if you're serious about relocating, reach out. My email, my phone number, my website, everything is in the description below. Let's have a conversation about what you're looking for and whether the upstate is the right fit for your life. And third, subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this, because I'm going to keep making videos about things most realtors don't talk about and how homes shape our lives. about what it means to choose where you belong, about finding places that nourish you, not just shelter you. Thank you for being here. I'll see you on the next video.